this live coverage of the game along with the rest of the Guilderland media. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live coverage of the game between the Guilderland Dutchmen and the Albany Falcons. Hello, everyone. I am Jason Sindoni, and along with the GHS media, we are here bringing you this live coverage from Guilderland High School. Tonight is going to be a big matchup for the Dutchmen tonight, starting 7-3 against the Albany Falcons, 5-4, just breaking 500. And right now, we have the starting lineup for the Dutchmen. So here we have Mike Wine, number 1, big score for the Dutchman. The third most with 94 points. He's hit 12 threes and has done an incredible job. We have Mike Henderson, also another junior, been really big with 51 points on the season. George Marianopoulos, who's his first year starting at varsity, really big behind the three-point line. And we have Justin Moran, also his first year. And finally, as we see here, number 55, Andrew Sisko, the leading scorer with 196 points. He has made a total of 88 field goals compared to the second best, Mike Wine, at 18. He has done quite an incredible job. And here we are going for the national anthem. And it is played by our very own Derek Petty. That was Guilderland's very own Derek Petty with the national anthem. A great job. He has been a fantastic singer here in the music department. And now Guilderland is ready, Albany is ready, and we are about to get this show underway. So as I said before, Guilderland 7-3 on the season. They were recently in a tournament down in Colony. And they lost a couple of tough games, including to the Academy, which definitely really tough. Cisco had to face another 6'8" senior who was taking over the games. And so after a couple rough losses down the tournament over break, they're back here at home facing Albany. Albany, as I said before, 5-4, barely going over 500. And so right now, it seems like Albany is at a height advantage. Two guys at 6-5, while Cisco is 6'8". But the game is started, and we are underway. Mike Wine up top. Looks like a double dribble right there. It's kind of difficult to imagine Mike Wine being probably one of the best dribblers on the team. Looks like just fumbled right there, and it is turned over to Albany. And so here we go, down to 10 Maurice Skeen. Skeen back out to Danzy. Danzy driving in on Wine with the baseline, and he makes the basket. Albany on the board, 2-0. And Marianopoulos gets it to Wine. Wine slowly bringing it up, looking for a plan, looking around. He's being guarded by number 3, Kenneth Danzy. Danzy putting good defense on Wine. Gets it over to Marianopolis, to Henderson. Henderson to Morin. Morin gets it around to Wine. Wine looking inside, but it looks like we have a foul underneath. Looks like it is a foul on number 10, Maurice Skeen. It is his team's first. Definitely got to be careful. Already 40 seconds in with his first foul. Cisco gets it out to Wine. Wine on the outside. Gets it to Henderson in the corner. And he can't quite get the 3. Picked up by Cisco. He drives baseline. And it is called a charge. And that was a way to take it for the team by Hamadi Gaddy, number 12, a 6'1" junior, took it on 6'8" Cisco. And that is Cisco's first. Turned it over for Albany. And so right now, it is their second turnover for Gildan. They definitely, even though just starting out, really got to pick this up. And now it is brought down to number 22, Isaiah Scurry. The lead scorer gets it down to Skeen, but can't quite get it. Picked up by Wine. Wine hustling up the court. Gets it to Marianopolis and it's blocked. Gets it to number 12, Hamadi Gaddy, and he's rushing up the court. He's going hard. And it looks like a basket by number 22, Isaiah Scurry. And so we definitely haven't mentioned him. Isaiah Scurry, lead scorer with 153 points, including 25 for 33 from the free throw line, actually. He's definitely going to be one, and definitely not one that they want to get to the free throw line. He's made a lot of points from there. And so we are back up top. Mike Wine looking around, gets it down to Morin. Morin to Cisco. Cisco driving, and he can't quite get the shot. And they call a foul on Cisco, an offensive foul, as he knocked down number 3, Kenneth Danzy. It looks like he was trying a little too hard right there. That's his second foul already, and we're only 2 minutes in here, folks. It's definitely going to be very tough for Cisco to stay less aggressive in this case, but he's definitely going to have to deal with it. And Albany gets it down to Skeen. Skeen back to Danzy. Danzy gets it to Coons. Gets it to number 22, Scurry, but he airballs it way off on there. Picked up by number 1, Mike Wine. Mike Wine gets it to Morin. Morin for 3, and he sinks it in. Justin Morin, his first year on the Gildan varsity team. A big shot behind the 3. Definitely one that Albany's got to look out for. And so on the ground for Albany, gets it to 3, Kenneth Danzy. Kenneth Danzy up top, being guarded by Mike Wine, doing some really good defense. Gets it to Matthew Coons. Coons gets it to number 12, Hamadi Gaddy. And Skeen tries to pass it, but it is picked off by Mike Wine. Mike Wine hustling up the court, going in. He's going all the way, and he puts it in for another Gildan basket as Gildan leads 5-4. Very nice job by Mike Wine. He was wide open, and he took it all the way. And as we see here, a nice basket by number 3, Kenneth Danzy, as Albany retakes the lead. And Mike Wine gets it to George Marianopolis. George looking for a plane. He's looking around. Gets it to Morin. Morin up top gets it to Henderson. Henderson driving in, going all the way, and he lays it up for a nice left-handed basket as Gildan goes up 7-6. And Albany takes it out, being taken up by number 12, Hamadi Gaddy. And taking it to Danzy. Danzy to Scurry. Scurry going all the way. And it looks like we have an offensive foul. And Gildan will be taking it back up. Very good job by Mike Henderson as we saw him take that down. We see a sub for Gildan, number 23, Kevin Green, first year, but man, he has done some pretty impressive stuff. So that last foul was on number 22, Isaiah Scurry, and it looks like Albany's got the press on as they get it up to George Marianopolis past half court. Morin to Henderson, way long pass, but still gets it to him. Kevin Green, pass blocked by Maurice Skeen, and Albany on the fast break. Can't quite get it. Picked up by Green and knocked out. Back to Coons. Coons gets it to Gotti, and Gotti makes the basket. They definitely got to work on their rebounds for Gildan right now. They're really, even with 6'8" Cisco, who is currently out of the game, and for Green, and we see Green go up, and with a nice layup, let me tell you, he's done a really great job, just offensively and defensively. so far this game, and we see it here tonight. And so back up top to Skeen. Skeen driving on Green, and we have a foul call. So it seems right now that the height advantage hasn't really hit Albany too hard right now. They're almost in the lead, only down by 1, making a lot of baskets in the paint. So Gillen's definitely got to watch out for that. And we are back in the game. Gotti gets it to 24. Trayvon Reynolds. Reynolds down to Skeen. Skeen looking for the open man. And he gets it around to Reynolds. Reynolds to Gotti. Gotti looking around. Gets it to Danzy. Danzy goes up and he can't quite get it. Picked up by Kevin Green and back to Wine. Wine slowly bringing it up the court. Looking for the open man. Drives on Gaddy. Can't get by him. But gets it down to Henderson. Henderson breaking the ankles. I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. What a nice 3. Can you believe it? What an incredible move by Mike Henderson. Gillen now up by 4. Let me tell you, he is a great dribbler offensively, and he's just really good offensively and defensively, as we saw that 3 by number 10, Maurice Skeen. But still, he has done an incredible job on this team as a sophomore, and he's just gotten better and better this year, and he's definitely going to do really good in his senior year. As we see Henderson going in again, gets it to Green. Green to Wine, with a nice pick by Green. Wine gets it down the corner to Henderson, back to Green, and back to Wine for 3, and he hits it. What a nice back-to-back threes for Gilderland. They have done a really incredible job right now, and it looks like Reynolds gets it back to Skeen. Skeen going around, gets it to Gotti. Gotti gets it to Danzy, down for the baseline, can't quite get it, picked up by number 24, Justin Warren, almost picked out, but brought up by number 1, Mike Wine. Wine driving all the way, gets it to Green, and fouled on the play. Looks like it'll be on number 12, Hamadi Gotti, and that is going to be his first, team's 3rd, and Kevin Green will be going to the line to shoot 2. So one thing about this Gillen team, and we've mentioned it many times, is that they have 10 underclassmen, including Kevin Green, at the line right now. And right now they've proven to be really good as a team. And especially with the help of Mike Wine and Mike Henderson, who have been on the varsity team their sophomore years, giving these guys some more experience. But let me tell you, George Marianopoulos from 3, Kevin Green good from practically everywhere, and everybody else really done a great job, even for their first year on varsity. And so now we are bringing it back up. Hamadi Gotti gets it to Coons, down to number 21, Dylan George, and trapped in the corner, but nice 3-pointer by number 11, Anthony Prado. And so now again, Albany within 2 as Mike Wine brings it up the court. Mike Wine looking around, he's driving in, can't quite get to the hoop. Back to Green and back to Wine. Wine for 3, can't quite get it, missed his second 3 as it is picked up by number 21, Dylan George. Dylan George going all the way. He was like a stampede on that last play. And looks like it is a foul on number 24, Justin Morin. I didn't see much of a foul on that play. Looked like he got all ball, but Coons will be going to the line to shoot 2. So fouls are going to be key right here. Gillen already with 14 fouls. If they get to 7, they will be in the bonus. So they definitely got to watch out for that as Coons sinks his first shot. Albany only down by 1 at this point with 1:13 left to go. And so Albany definitely pushing. I mean, these guys, you can't take these guys for granted just because of their record. And looks like we got a foul on number 21, Dylan George, trying to rip it out of the hands of number 23, Kevin Green. And looks like Gillen will take it out into the baseline. George Marianopoulos on the other end. Looks like Albany with the press again. Really trying to put some good defense on him. And he gets it up to Mike Henderson. Down to Morin. Morin for 3, and he hits it. Gilderland up by 4 with a minute to go. And let me tell you, Gillen is really fighting back right now. And picked up by number 12, Hamadi Gotti. Gets it to George. George trying to drive in. Gets it to Coons for 3, and he hits it. Albany can't stop making threes, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. Marianopolis gets it to Henderson and back to Marianopolis. Marianopolis gets it to Wine. Wine driving past George, doing some crossovers, trying to get him off his back, looking around, trying to find the open man. He gets it down to Henderson. Henderson going around with to Green, and he slams it. Did you see that? My gosh. Let me tell you, Kevin Green has got some serious hops. And look at that, he just took a charge. You cannot deny Kevin Green. I mean, first year on, he can dunk, he can hit threes, he can take charges, my goodness. What a great job, last 2 possessions, and Gildan is taking it under the baseline. And so definitely Kevin Green, as I've mentioned, very big factor, but also George Marianopolis, who's bringing it up right now. Andrew Bowery, who's been out past couple weeks with a foot injury, is returning on the bench, possibly might get some playing time, and he's been doing pretty good, had some pretty good offensive games, especially for his first year, and all juniors been doing a great job. As we get to Henderson with the bank before the buzzer went off. I can't believe it. Look at that. Just before the buzzer went off and the foul included. So he is going for a 3-point play. What a crazy first quarter for Gilderland. Gilderland currently up by 5. Mike Henderson at the line trying to go for the 3-point play. And so it is a foul. As you see here, that was a Kevin Green dunk. Quite a tremendous play right there. And Mike Henderson misses the shot, but that ends the first quarter. Gildan up by 5, 23-18, and man, what a first quarter, let me tell you. So now, Gildan up by 5. As we see here, we have the Gildan and Dutchman cheerleaders right here going to perform. And so as we see here, we're seeing a lot of the replays. That was the last play by Mike Henderson, and he banks it off the glass, going for the 3-point play. And definitely, I mean, these guys have been just so great. I mean, even without Andrew Platek, their main scorer, averaging between 20 and 30 points a game, now off to a boarding school, but without him, man, they really made up. I mean, they got Andrew Bowery, who's been out, but definitely had a couple great offensive games. We got Quinn Ryan, who's the only sophomore, but man, he has been doing a really great job. 27 points, including 7 from behind the arc. Very impressive. And he's definitely going to get some time in this game. Coach Mike Parks has favored him so much, and they've done a great job. I think that Gildan has done a really good job right now, up by 5. They definitely got to keep up the defense and watch the Albany press, because they are going to pressure them a lot. And so now the start of the second quarter, as Coons gets it to Danzy. Danzy trying to drive past Wine, but can't get it. Gets it to number 11, Prado. Prado gets it to Reynolds. Almost knocked out, but gets it back to Hamadi Gotti. Gotti for a long jump shot, can't get it. It looks like a little hot potato action, but knocked off by Reynolds, and it'll turn over to Gilderland. So really nice job for Gilderland this first quarter. They got to keep up the pressure, keep up the motivation. As George Marianopolis takes it out of the baseline, gets it to Wine. Still with the Albany press, guarded by number 3, Kenneth Danzy. Wine gets it past half court. Gets it to Morin. Morin to Marianopolis. Marianopolis going around. Gets it to Morin. Guarded by number 22, Isaiah Scurry. Gets it down to Wine. Wine going all the way, but put back up by Kevin Green. What a great job to get inside around the defenders. And for a nice Gildan basket. Coons gets it down to Prado. Prado for a 3. A nice shot from behind the arc. And they're within 4. Marianopolis to Henderson and back to Marianopolis. Marianopolis gets it to Henderson. Henderson driving around. He gets it to Wine. Wine gets it to Green. Oh my gosh, the alley-oop. I almost thought he was going to slam it right there, but hey, another great play. Gilderland up by 6. And Kevin Green looks like he's the key guy right there. He's been on a lot of great offensive positions. As we see Kenneth Danzy miss that 3, picked up by Marianopolis, and he gets it to Morin. Morin driving hard. He's going all the way. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound and blocked by Coons. I am surprised at that. And Danzy with a nice move past Wine, trying to drive past Henderson. Gets it out to Scurry. Scurry can't get the three and picked up by Marianopolis. And so we have Wine taking it up the court, slowly bringing it up. Trying to figure out the play, looking for the open man. Trying to get past Danzy, too, who's playing some pretty great defense. He gets it to Marianopolis, just out of his hands, and it remains Gildan ball. He will take it out on the side. And so we have Marianopolis getting it to Wine. Wine gets it to Henderson. Henderson spinning around, almost fouled on that play, gets it down to Morin. Morin to Marianopolis. Marianopolis for a deep three, can't quite get it. Shot clock was winding down, and they just could not get that basket off. So it is a turnover for Albany. Gets it to Albany. Coons gets it to Danzy, and they're bringing it past midcourt. Gillen still up by 6 with about 5:30 remaining in the second quarter. And so Danzy gets it down to Reynolds. Reynolds looking around, gets it to Scurry. Scurry to Danzy. Danzy to Coons for the open three, and bit short on that last one, picked up by number 15, Michael Henderson. Mike Henderson bringing it up wide open, no one on him, but it looks like number 22, Scurry, trying to put some defense on him. Gets it to Marianopolis. Marianopolis to Wine. Wine to Morin. Gets it into Green. Green looking around, double teamed and just stripped by number 22, Isaiah Scurry, but picked up by Mike Wine. This is getting crazy right now. Knocked out of the hands by number 3, Kenneth Danzy. Remains Gillen ball. And it looks like there was a bit of a tumble right there. It looks like Mike Henderson went down there. Looks like he is taken out and put in for number 3, Andrew Boweri, getting some time. It looks like this is the first home game since he's been out with the foot injury. And so Marianopolis goes up a bit short, picked up by number 3, Kenneth Danzy. Danzy rushing down the court, past Morin, but blocked. And with a nice pass, Marianopolis to Wine. Wine all the way for the basket. Gillen up by 8. What a tremendous play by Marianopolis and number 1, Mike Wine. Danzy getting around to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to drive past Marianopolis, and he still gets the basket. Albany is within 6. Marianopolis to Boweri. Boweri trying to get past midcourt, almost backcourt, but Mike Wine steps in. Mike Wine trying to get past Danzy, spinning around, making some good moves. Gets it to Boweri all the way, almost put it up. And he will be going to the line to shoot 2. An impressive play, almost got it in despite the couple defenders that were on him, much bigger than him. And so the foul is on number 5, Matthew Coons, his first and team 7th. They are in the bonus. Definitely going to be a great opportunity for Guilderland. And so Boweri makes his first shot. So this is probably like his 3rd or 4th game of the season that he's been able to play. He did have a one game where he scored 6 points. And he misses his second shot, but definitely he's a guy to watch out for. You can't underestimate him despite his first year. And so Reynolds driving in, gets it back out to Gaddy. Coons looking around, gets it to Scurry. Scurry getting around Boweri. Boweri goes down. Looks like he's all right. And it looks like it is a turnover on Albany. Gilden will be taking it now under the baseline. And here we go, Mike Wine bringing it up. Still Albany trying to press, trying to make them uncomfortable. Mike Wine trying to get it past Hamadi Gotti. He's another defender. They're trying to make Wine feel uncomfortable. But they get it down to Marianopolis. Marianopolis to Wine. Wine almost took a deep 3. He's going in hard, and look at that. What a nice basket by number 1, Mike Wine, as Gilden goes up by 9. And so it is brought up by number 12, Hamadi Gotti. Gets it down to Coons. Coons back to Gotti. Gotti for the crazy jump shot. Can't quite get it off of him, and it remains Gilden ball. And we have a timeout on Albany. Gilden up 32-23 with a 9-point lead with 3:08 remaining in the second quarter. So definitely one of the keys in this game is going to be foul shots. They are important in practically everything. As we see here, Kevin Green with the monster jam. He's done a great job, but as I said before, the foul shots are going to be important. And as we see on the Albany Falcons, multiple players, we're talking about 3 or 4 players, possibly more than that we've been seeing, have 100% free throw shooting. Despite some pretty low amounts of free throws, definitely something to watch out for. Free throws mean extra points, and that could be the key to a basketball game. But right now, for Gillen, they've been struggling a little bit with their free throws. Looks like some of the best are Mike Wine, 22 for 37, and Cisco, 20 for 34. And it's been pretty impressive having your 6'8" center be making some of the most foul shots on the team. It's been very impressive. And so now the press goes on. Mike Wine hustling up. He's going up the court and just can't quite get it. Picked up by Albany and brought up by Reynolds. Reynolds gets it to number 14 and back to Coons. Coons with a nice 3, and they are within 6. And so Wine being guarded by Hamadi Gotti. He gets it past half court. Mike looking around, gets it to Bowery. Bowery driving, gets it to Marianopolis with an easy bank off the glass for another Gillen basket. And so it is brought up by Gotti. Getting it down to number 22, Scurry, who can't quite make the basket. Picked up by Green and gets it back to Wine. Wine coming around. Gets it to Morin. Morin back to Wine with around 2 minutes remaining. Marianopolis gets it to Bowery. Albany putting some pressure. Looks like we have some confusion going on. Looks like it bounced off Albany. Remains Gillen ball, and we have a sub, Mike Henderson, back in for the Dutchman. And so Mike Wine slowing it down, trying to set up the play. He's looking around, being guarded again by number 12, Monty Gotti. And so Gotti playing some pretty good defense on him all game so far. Mike Wine looks like fouled behind the arc with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. He's going to be going to shoot 3. And for Wine being a good 3-point shooter, a bad decision by Gotti. And so Mike Wine at the line, going to shoot for 3 free throws as he sinks his first one. And so over these years, even as a sophomore, he seemed to be the guy. As we see here, Antonio Leah looks like he's going to have to wait after the second foul shot. But Mike Wine's been practically the lead point guard ever since sophomore year. Him and Playtech have been exchanging, but usually Playtech was the shooting guard and he was the point guard. He's been a fantastic leader on his team, great at making assists, great at making, just great plays in general. And it looks like he makes 2 out of the 3. And it is back up to Albany. So number 12, Hamadi Gotti, gets down to Scurry. Scurry to Ja'Cory Nixon. Gets it back to Gotti. Trying to go up, can't get it. Being guarded by both Kevin Green and Antonio Leah, but still puts it in for the Albany basket. And a nice pass gets it up to Leah. Leah to Marianopolis, and Marianopolis to Henderson. Henderson going around, being guarded by Nixon. Gets it to Leah. Leah driving around, trying to get around Scurry. Gets it back to Wine. Wine trying to set up the play, looking for the open man. With under a minute to go, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Antonio Leah with a nice pick by Green. Gets it to Henderson. Henderson all out, and he still puts it in. What a great play by Mike Henderson. He was guarded by multiple defenders and still puts it in. And so we get it to Nixon. Nixon gets it to Trayvon Reynolds. Gets it to Coons, who's been making a lot behind the arc lately. He gets it to Gotti. Gotti looking around, getting it back to Reynolds. Reynolds to Gotti. Gets it back to Reynolds. A lot of exchanges here. Gets it to Nixon. With less than 10 seconds to go, Gotti trying to get past Wine. Can't quite get it. He's looking around. Gets it to Coons. Coons driving in. And with 1 second on the clock, can't get it, but rebounded by number 22, Isaiah Scurry, and a foul. Looks like it is a foul on, looks like George Marianopoulos, I believe, with 10.1 seconds to go. That is his first, team's 5th. And so, looks like Scurry will be going to the line. And as I mentioned, Scurry, great free throw shooter. Before this game, 25 for 33. He's actually only made the second most behind Maurice Skeen, who's made 27 for 42. But including these two, will tie it up with him. And so with 10 seconds, looks like it's time for one more play. Mike Henderson getting it down to 5 seconds and fouled by number 14, Ja'Cory Nixon. It looks like he'll be going to the line to shoot 1 and 1 with 6.1 seconds remaining. And so we definitely got to mention Mike Henderson. And we saw earlier in the first quarter breaking those ankles. My goodness, he is a fantastic dribbler. He's been like that ever since he's played basketball, and he's continued to do well up through varsity. He misses the 1 and 1, gets it down to Gotti. Gotti for the shot, can't quite get it. And that will end the first half. An incredible first half for the Gilliland Dutchmen. They lead 39-30 with a 9-point lead going into the second half. And so we will be back for the second half coverage of the Gilliland Dutchmen and the Albany Falcons. Thank you. I love it. It's a fun job, let me tell you. Anderson of the other. They've really made a great team effort. This first half up by 9, and we are about to start the second half. And so Albany, despite a 5-4 record, having some struggles, really keeping up with the Gilliland offense and defense. Only down by 9. They could really go strong right here. And so Gilliland is taking it out, and we are underway with the second half. And so it is brought up by number 1, Mike Wine. Gets it to Henderson. Henderson to Marianopoulos. Gets it down to Henderson. Henderson going baseline. Blocked on the shot, and it'll be on number 12, Hamadi Gotti. And it looks like Henderson will be going to the line to shoot 2. And so we've talked a lot about Michael Henderson this game. He's made a couple foul shots. He's made an amazing three-point play off the breaking the ankles. Looks like it's actually on the ground, and it'll be taken out. Gets it to Cisco and back to Wine. But Henderson has done a really great job so far this game and the rest of this season. And he gets it down to Morin and back to Wine. Wine getting it into Cisco, but blocked by Danzy. I can't believe it. Danzy, only 6 foot, blocked to 6'8" Cisco. And so he gets it down to Gotti. He can't get it picked up by Morin and back to Wine. Wine running it up the court. Being played by number 12, Gotti. Gets it to Marianopoulos and back to Wine. Wine gets it to Henderson. Henderson driving around to Marianopoulos for 3, and he can't quite get it. Picked up by Cisco. He goes up strong, and he puts it in. That is very key for the Dutchman. He is their lead scorer, and he's got to put him up strong, or it's going to be a very difficult game. So Albany picks it up down by 11. Gotti gets it over to Danzy. Gets it to Coons, and back to number 10, Maurice Skeen. Skeen trying to get it down to Gotti, but picked up by Wine. Wine going all the way. He's going up strong, and he puts it in for the Gilliland basket, now up by 13. And so gets it down to Danzy. Danzy looking around, trying to find the open man. Gets it to Hamadi Gotti. Gotti up on top of the arc. Gets it to Skeen. Skeen looking around. Gets it to Danzy. Gets it to Skeen past Cisco off the glass and in. What a great shot by number 10, Maurice Skeen. And so Gillen gets a pass up half court. Marianopolis back to Wine. Wine going to the corner, trying to get past Danzy. Tipped by Danzy and stolen and pushed up the court. And it looks like Gotti goes all the way off the glass and in. And so Danzy trying to play some hard defense on Wine, making him uncomfortable, putting some pressure on him. Wine gets a pass half court, but knocked out of bounds by number 12, Hamadi Gotti. And so we have a sub. The sub is number 11, Anthony Prado. Comes in. He's gotten in some minutes in this first half. Made a couple nice shots, and so he's definitely going to be a key player for Albany. Mike Wine getting it past half court, trying to drive in on Danzy. Gets it to Marianopolis. Marianopolis just out of the reach of Morin. Looks like the defense from Albany is starting to work, only down by 9, and they're starting to push strong as Gillen takes a timeout. So definitely, Gillen has been doing a really great job right now. So 7-3 on the season, and so right now I think they're definitely focusing on sectionals, trying to go back. They've lost a couple times. They've lost to Green Tech, they've lost to Shen, and right now they're tired of losing. Even without play tech, I think these guys got a good shot. And so they got to keep playing strong tonight. Up by 9, but still, let me tell you, Albany's fighting back. But definitely these guys have a bright future, and with 10 underclassmen, they're going to make a powerhouse of a team coming 2017. And so Albany takes it out after the Gildan turnover. Gets it down to Prado and back to Danzy. Danzy at the top of the key. Gets it down to 22. Scurry going around to Prado behind the arc, and he hits the 3. Very nice shot by Prado, who's done rather well, as I mentioned before, this game. And so he gets it to Henderson. Henderson trying to look around, looking for the open man. Gets it down to Morin in the corner. Double team, but still gets it to Henderson. Hit hard, but no foul. I am surprised on that play. Danzy up top. Getting it down. Throwing it out, but Mike Wine picks it up. He is driving up the court. He's going with some nice moves. Puts up the layup. Gilderland back up by 8 as it is brought up by Danzy. Danzy driving in. Looks like a foul on number 15, Mike Henderson. Looks like a reach on the play, just going in a little too much, and Albany will take it down underneath. And so Danzy at the baseline, looking for the open man, taking some time, but finds Prado. Prado can't get the 3, trying for his second in a row, but can't quite get it. Blocked, but Mike Wine still somehow picks it up. I can't believe it. Some really great hustle. Gets it to Marianopolis for the basket, and one. What an incredible basket by number 32, George Marianopolis, as he is going for the 3-point play. The foul is on number 5, Matthew Coons, his second of the night, team second. And George Marianopolis, who's been a phenomenal player so far this season and this game, making points from behind the arc, in the paint, at the foul line, under the basket, I mean, just about everything. And he's continued to be progressive this year, continuing to get better and better. And so he completes the 3-point play. Gillen up by 11. Danzy brings it up for Albany. Gets it down to Skeen. Skeen to Prado. Prado looking around, gets it to the outside. Back to Prado. Prado to Coons, getting it into Reynolds. Reynolds back to Coons. Coons driving and trying to get past Cisco, but picked up by Cisco and back to Wine. Got to watch out for Skeen behind him. Morin for the step in the 3, but he can't get it picked up by Danzy. And so Danzy wide open, no one on him, but still can't make the play. Morin to Henderson. Henderson trying to get past midcourt. Gets it to Cisco. Cisco going hard and in, and another basket by number 55, Andrew Cisco. Let me tell you, he's done a really great job so far this game. Really past couple possessions, getting under and getting some nice baskets. And so Albany misses that behind the arc shot, picked up by number 1, Mike Wine, and he brings it up the top of the key. And so looks like we got a foul underneath. Looks like it is going to be an offensive foul on number 15, Michael Henderson, his second, team's second. And we have a sub for Albany, number 21, Dylan George, who's been also doing a pretty good job. He's been getting inside, making a couple baskets, and he's definitely big and strong. Definitely got to watch out for him. As he brings it up past midcourt, looking for the open man, gets it to Reynolds on the outside, back to Skeen. Gets it to George. George looking around. Gets it to Prado. Prado to Coons. Back to Prado. Getting it into Reynolds. Skeen trying to go for the jump shot. Can't get it. George to Reynolds. What an amazing passing sequence as they get off a nice layup. And so Albany down by 11, but Mike Wine brings it up with the Dutchman. He's looking around, being guarded by number 21, Dylan George. That's at least 3 different players being guarded. And Cisco going up, but he misses the dunk. I can't believe it. 6'8" Cisco missed the dunk. And picked up by Albany. And looks like just tipped by number 32, George Marianopoulos. It remains Albany ball. And it is taken out by 21, Dylan George in the baseline. So I'm definitely surprised. It's definitely hard for Cisco to dunk, but still, I mean, like, to jump up that high, but still missing a dunk like that. I don't know. He should have gone for the layup instead, in my opinion. And so Reynolds going around, trying to get it down for the layup, trying to get to Coons, goes out of bounds, turnover, gets it to Gilderland. And so we have a sub. It is number 14, Ja'Cory Nixon, who's been mostly playing the point guard, shooting guard, and he's helping out with the defense too, trying to trap Mike Henderson, but gets it to Marianopoulos. Morin for 3, can't quite get it, and it is picked up by number 10, Maurice Skeen. Maurice Skeen gets it to George, gets it to Nixon. Nixon driving in, gets it to Skeen. Gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds going all the way. Gets it to Prado for the 3. Can't quite get it. And so Skeen gets the rebound. Can't get it. And we have a jump ball. And it looks like it will remain Albany ball as we have a sub. Number 23, Kevin Green, who's had a fantastic night tonight. An epic dunk, some nice layups. And he's really done a lot for this Gilderland offense tonight. And so Albany going up. Prado trying to get around Henderson. Gets it to Nixon. And looks like number 21, Dylan George, bobbles it, stays with it. He drives in past Henderson. Gets it to Prado. Cisco goes down. No charge called, but they still missed the shot. Mike Henderson getting around George with some nice moves, nice crossovers. Henderson trapped, double teamed, and they force him to travel. Let me tell you, it was definitely tough right there. Dylan George was really pushing him right there. No foul called. But looks like it turns over to Albany. As we see here, Mike Wine with a nice layup. That was one of his plays earlier in this quarter. Definitely doing a great job, but gets it to Skeen for Albany. Gets it to number 21, Dylan George. Back to Skeen. Skeen gets it to Nixon for 3, and it is a brick off the glass. And so it is a fight between Maurice Skeen and Kevin Green down there. Manages to get up, trying to save it, but gets over to Albany. Dylan George takes it out underneath, but 56.4 left to go in the third. So the long pass gets it to number 22, Isaiah Scurry, their lead scorer. And so gets it to Skeen. Skeen to Reynolds. Reynolds to Scurry, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Scurry with a nice 3, proving once again that he is their main man. Michael Henderson bringing it past half court, almost double teamed again. Gets it to Marianopoulos to Cisco, and Cisco makes a nice layup. And looks like Gillen is back up by 10 with less than 30 to go. George with a nice pass to number 14, Ja'Cory Nixon, making it an easy layup. And they really broke down the Gillen defense right there. And so we have less than 20 seconds with the loop pass to Marianopolis. Marianopolis going in hard. No foul called, but taken by Albany. Henderson trying to steal it, but just misses it. Got exactly 10 seconds left, so it looks like it's going to be the final possession of the third quarter right here. Albany still staying in the fight, not backing down. Only down by 8 points with 10 seconds left in the third. And they're trying to figure something out. As the clock kicks down, we have 5 seconds. George getting down to Prado. Prado puts up the shot. Can't get it. And that ends the third. It's all right. I'm going to keep doing this, all right? And so that ends the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Gildan up by 8, 52-44. And we will be going into the fourth quarter. So a great performance by Gildan, especially against this Falcons team. And so they've really been pushing it tonight. They've really forced some turnovers with the press and really making some of the best point guards on the team, including Mike Henderson and Mike Wine, feel uncomfortable, making Mike Henderson make turnovers with the double team, making Mike Wine slip up. I mean, definitely some great defense. And for a 5-4 team, they are underestimated, and definitely, they're definitely worth it. I mean, they are definitely a tough team, and making it a really great one here tonight. And so the final quarter is about to kick off. The final 8 minutes remain, and here we go. Guilderland and the Falcons gonna play hard for the last 8 minutes. We will see who wins the game. And so, definitely, this year Gillen's got some height, not only with 6'8" Cisco, but you got George Marianopolis, you got Kevin Green, you got Moore, and you got a ton of guys who talked about being 6'3", 6'4", and I think it's definitely been helping the Dutchmen get those extra 8 points. That advantage has really helped them. And so, Mike Wine, being guarded by number 21, Dylan George, gets it to Henderson. Henderson double teamed again. Let me tell you, that's been working on him, but ends up getting out of it. Looks like a foul on number 21, Dylan George. Looks like reached in, pushed a little too much on number 32, George Marianopolis, and he'll be taking it out on the side. As we see here, before the third quarter ended, that was a nice pass to Ja'Cory Nixon for the easy layup. Really broke it down on that one. And so that was Dylan George's third. Gillen can't make the shot, but gets it back to Albany. George, and it is stolen by Mike Wine. Nice play right there. He's going in all the way, and they still can't get it. And Mike Wine, look at those moves, unbelievable. Still staying with the ball. He's trying to dribble out. And it looks like we got a timeout. Looks like he was in some serious trouble right there, but still unbelievable. Tripping down, still staying with the ball. Proves how skilled of a player he really is. And so still 52-44 with the first 45 seconds of the game gone. As we saw here, that was number 22, Isaiah Scurry. That was one of his more frequent baskets, hitting a three-pointer. And you know, he's been pretty good for this team. So before this game, 153 points, as I said before. 25 of 33 from the free throw line. He's made 10 threes, more than anyone all season. And second is Anthony Prado, who's made a couple nice threes this game as well with 8. And so, even though they are a small team, not much from the outside, there are two guys that you definitely got to watch. And so we are back. Mike Wine taking up the court, still guarded by number 21, Dylan George, trying to make him uncomfortable, putting some pressure on him. Gets it down to Henderson. Henderson double team, trying to get out of it. And looks like it ain't working. No one's open, but manages to get it to George Marianopolis. Cisco spinning and blocked by number 22, Isaiah Scurry. This is a problem. I mean, you are talking about 6'8" Cisco being blocked by someone 7 inches shorter than he is. So I think Mike Parks, as we saw in that play, he looked concerned. I do not disagree with him, but he will be going to the line to shoot 2. It almost looked like all ball in that last play, but luckily for Gillen, Cisco is a very great free throw shooter. As he makes his first, going to make his second. And so what's concerning is that Cisco brings it low. He brings it low so the smaller guys can get it. That's going to be concerning, and throughout the season, before his senior year is up, they got to work on that and fix it. And Mike Henderson almost lost it trying to get it to Wine. Mike Wine saves it, but being fouled by number 21, Trayvon Reynolds. Gillen takes it out on the side. George Marianopoulos being guarded by number 24, Trayvon Reynolds. And they are trying to figure out a play, trying to break down this Albany press. Gillen up by 9. And so that was Trayvon Reynolds' first foul. Luckily, there's only about 6.5 minutes left in the game, so right now, not concerning. And so looks like we got another foul. Looks like it was underneath. Looks like it is on number 21, Dylan George. I think that is, actually, never mind. It is on number 10, Maurice Skeen. His second, team 6, so they got to be careful. Almost in the bonus. Could be some free points for the Dutchman. So Henderson getting it to Wine. Wine to Green. Green for the baseline. Just short, but poked back by number 55, Andrew Cisco. He was at the right place at the right time. Gillen is now up by 11. And so Trayvon Reynolds gets it to number 21, Dylan George. He's going around trying to find the open man. Gets it to Prado. Prado to Scurry. Scurry back to Prado. He's going baseline. He's going in. Gets it to Skeen. Blocked by both Kevin Green and Cisco. And it is still Albany ball. And so with exactly 6 minutes remaining, number 21, Dylan George, takes it out underneath for Albany. And so he's looking for the man, gets it to number 24, Trayvon Reynolds. Reynolds gets it to George. George looking for the open man. He's looking around, only 5 seconds to go. I think they forgot the shot clock. Prado can't quite get the 3, but picked up by Skeen. And they are back with another possession. Skeen going baseline, getting past Cisco. Can't get it. Cisco again bringing it down low. Very concerning. He's got to keep it up. And so we got a foul. Looks like it is going to be on number 10, Maurice Skeen. He was grabbing right there. Little reach. That is his 3rd, team 7th. Yes. And so looks like there's going to be a timeout on Albany. 5:36 remaining. Gillen up by 11. So now looks like Albany is in the bonus with 7 fouls. Definitely very concerning for the Dutchman, or actually very good for the Dutchman. My mistake. Bad for Albany. So truthfully, the Dutchmen are pretty good at foul shooting, especially with Mike Wine and Cisco. You know, they're definitely going to make a lot of good free throws, so it could be some free points. They could extend the lead. But let me tell you, as we see here in these replays, a lot of great stuff going on here. I mean, nice blocks. I mean, just some really great action here tonight. Gillen up by 11 with 5:36 remaining, and they're about to come out and bring some more fury to the Albany Falcons. And so Cisco going to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
What do you think I'm doing, Harrison?
So as I mentioned before, very good free throw shooter, especially for being 6'8". 20 for 34 before tonight's game as he makes another free throw. He made a few of them here tonight. Another few points to add to his total, and he sinks both of them. Gillen up by 13 as it is brought up by number 21, Dylan George. George gets it down to number 22, Scurry, and Scurry to Reynolds. And they get it down to the baseline, and a nice baseline basket by number 22, Isaiah Curry. Or Scurry, my bad. And so, Mike Wine trying to dribble around George, putting some pressure on him. Mike Henderson, got to be careful. That double team has hurt him before, but no double team right there. Green back to Wine. Wine playing on George, playing on Wine. Wine spinning around to Marianopolis for 3. He can't quite get it, picked up by number 22, Isaiah Scurry. And so Scurry looking around, gets it to George. George trying to drive in on Henderson. Gets it to number 22, Scurry. But he can't hit the 3. Knocked out by Trayvon Reynolds, and it is Gilliland ball. George Marianopolis taking it out underneath. And so Marianopolis, looks like we got some subs in. Looks like Matthew Coons, number 5, takes it back. And so Marianopolis gets it to Henderson. Henderson trying to drive past 11, Anthony Prado. They're still playing some really tough defense on him. And Henderson all the way makes the basket, and he is going for a 3-point play. I mean, he is relentless offensively this game. I mean, it is definitely hard to stop Mike Henderson. He is a powerful force, let me tell you. He is tough. He fights for the ball, and he doesn't give up. And all that fighting, hey, all that fighting for something good goes a long way. Is Mike Henderson going for the 3-point play. And he makes it, and that was his, I think that was his second of the night. Had one before, just before the end of the first quarter, and he is taken out, subbed in for number 34, Antonio Leah. He's done a great job here tonight. And so Danzy driving in, gets it to, oh my goodness, getting it to George, and a big block by Cisco, but he loses that, and looks like they're trying to get back that basket. Isaiah Scurry going past Marianopolis, can't get it, but picked up by Morin. So Wine with the ball. Hey, that was one heck of a block by Cisco. My goodness, you can just hear it. And great job defensively all around for the Dutchman. And so Leah trying to get around, gets it to Morin, back to Wine. Wine to Leah. Leah looking around, back up to Wine with less than 4 minutes to go. Wine trying to find the open man, less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's driving, he's going, but can't quite get it. Cisco, hey, he's right there at the right time again. And he puts it up for a Gilliland basket. Oh man, looks like Mike Wine is down on the court. Looks like he strained his knee. I don't know how serious it is, but definitely tough right there. So as we see, Andrew Cisco with the nice play right here. Here's Mike Henderson on his last basket. Did a really good job with the 3-point play. Looks like Mike's all right, but hopping on one knee. He manages to get up, but definitely something very concerning. He's definitely got to watch out. You know, he's a very key player, as I mentioned many, many times during this game. He is a key player for the Dutchman team, and to lose him now, it's going to be tough. But Henderson back in the game, definitely a good sub. He's, as I said before, doing a great job, making a lot of points, a couple of 3-point play attempts, and he's definitely going to be doing good, finishing out the last 3.5 minutes of the game. And so Albany takes it up, gets it to number 22, Isaiah Scurry. Gets it down to 14, Ja'Cory Nixon into Coons, but stolen by Moore. And it looks like on that play, reached around and grabbed Matthew Coons unintentionally, hit him in the face right there, called a reach, and it is a foul on him, his second, team's third. And so Green comes in for number 24, Moore, and he's done a great job here tonight with a lot of nice baskets and a lot of nice plays. And so Danzy trying to find the open man, gets it to Isaiah Scurry and to Coons. Coons dribbling around, gets it to number 10, Maurice Skeen. Skeen back to Nixon, Nixon up top, looking around. Gets it to Danzy, Danzy to Coons, Coons to Danzy. He's driving, trying to get past Antonio Lee, who's done a great job defensively. Nixon with the baseline, just can't get it, but picked up by number 22, Isaiah Scurry, and he puts it back up for another basket. Gilliland up by 14 with less than 3 to go. And we have a foul on the play. Looks like Albany coach, hey, he's not happy with that one. And looks like it is on Scurry. It is his third, team's ninth, and it looks like Henderson will be going to line. It looks like we have a technical. My goodness, I did see the ref point that out, but it looks like it was either on the coach or one of the players. I did not see who it was, but that means more points for Mike Henderson. So he'll be going to the line by himself. And so, as we see here, I see on the camera, looks like Mike Wine standing up. Looks like he's walking pretty good. Maybe still a little sore, but still doing good. Mike Henderson with the shot, and so looks like the injury to Wine was not too serious. Looks like he could be back in. If not today, probably next game. And so he misses the second one, but it still remains Gillen Dutchman ball. Gillen up by 15, 63-48 with 2:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. It looks like Morin is going to be taking some shots. Looks like because the technical foul went against him. And so he's going to be taking some shots. He makes the first one, going for his second. And hey, for Albany, you just can't do that. It's completely unnecessary, just the way they do that. You are down, but if you do double technicals like that, it's just not good. It's not going to be good. It's just going to make things worse. And so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Wine back on the court for the Dutchman. Looks like he's limping a little bit. That leg probably still not ready, but he's still fighting hard, and he's ready to go back out. And so Mike Wine, whoa, what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen? With a nice play. Looks like that leg wasn't too bad. Mike Wine dribbling around, gets it to Henderson, but a reach on Danzy. Just unnecessary fouls all around. I mean, it's definitely been tough for Albany today. I mean, just a lot of unnecessary fouls, and they are now in the double bonus. Henderson will be going to the line to shoot 2. And Henderson getting that nice roll from the rim. Gets the first one. And so Kevin Green subs in for Justin Morin. He's done a great job, as I mentioned, so far this game, and he will play the last 2.5 minutes. Henderson for the second shot. Just misses, but picked up by Cisco. And he was blocked by number 5, Matthew Coons, who is 6'3", but still looks like a foul. Looks like it's on Coons, number 5. That is his third. Cisco will be going to the line to shoot 2. But again, I have to mention this, but it is concerning. You know that Cisco keeps bringing the ball down. I mean, I've seen and I've talked to people who are concerned about it as well. This guy is the biggest, strongest guy in the court. 6'8". I mean, he could do a lot of things physically. But bringing it down, it's just like piranhas going after bait. You know, he just can't bring the ball down. It's completely unnecessary. And so he misses the second shot. And Scurry trying to get it in. But can't quite get it. Picked up by Cisco. Marianopoulos gets to Leah. Leah to Cisco. Cisco trying to slow it down. Trying to get it back over to Marianopoulos. He's slowing down the clock. Trying to find the open man. Just trying to get it around, and a push by Kenneth Danzy. Again, another unnecessary foul. I mean, there's 2 minutes left. Gillen's up by 19. I mean, it's just making things worse. So that is Danzy's second foul with 2 minutes left to go. And it looks like Mike Wine will be going to the line to shoot 2 shots. And so we have a timeout for the Albany Falcons. And so one thing that I'm surprised with is that we have not seen Quinn Ryan. I mean, definitely right now, not a good time to bring him in. I mean, up by 19 points, but I'm surprised not all game. You know, I mean, this was a tough team, but, you know, sometimes you got to sit him, you got to rest him because he is a valuable player. I mean, only for a sophomore. I mean, he scored 27 points, which seems low, but still for his first year and with little experience, he's done a great job. including 7 from behind the arc, which, you know, that's deadly. 21 out of his 27 points are from behind the arc. So he's definitely, right now, I mean, done so much in these games, really. Even though it seems so little, he's done an impressive job. And so I think they're just trying to rest him, get him ready for their next games, and hopefully he'll put some more baskets on the board. But right now, Guilderland with a phenomenal lead, up by 19, 67-48 with 2 minutes remaining. Mike Wine goes for the foul shots. He makes his first. Guilderland now up by 20. He'll be going up for his second. And so Mike Wine, even after being injured in the leg, seemed a little serious at first, but seems like it wasn't too bad. It looks like a foul on number 55, Andrew Cisco, his third, team's fourth. And that shot, even though it missed, would still not count. Albany takes it up, and it is brought up by number 12, Hamadi Gotti. Gotti trying to get past Quinn Ryan, who actually, here we go, Quinn Ryan with less than 2 minutes remaining, trying to get some time in. And looks like still Albany ball. Guilderland up by 20. And so a nice quick pass in between the bodies of Cisco and Green gets it to Nixon for the easy layup. And so still putting on the press, Quinn Ryan bringing it up the court, gets it to Green. And so these guys are trying to slow it down, not trying to do too much. And so Mike Wine dribbling around. He's going around. Quinn Ryan gets it to Marianopoulos and back to Wine. Wine looking around with less than 15 on the shot clock. Trying to put some moves, trying to get past number 12, Hamadi Gotti. Quinn Ryan looking around. He's dribbling. He's going in hard. Gets it to... Looks like he got it to Green, who can't quite get it. And picked up by the Albany Falcons. And so Gotti going around Ryan. Takes it hard on Kevin Green, but considered a blocking foul. He did kind of shuffle his feet there. I mean, it was difficult not to. But looks like number 12, Hamadi Gotti, will be going to the line to shoot 2. It is Kevin Green's second foul, team's 5th. And Gillen still leads this one by 18 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go. And so he makes his first and some subs for the Dutchman. Number 2, Cesar Fazone. Number 14, Steve Warren. And looks like here, Jamison Moriarty, number 35. Getting in only for a minute, but still, you know, definitely some time. These are guys who haven't gotten much time. I mean, Moriarty only with 3 points on the season, 1 3-point shot. And, you know, but it's still good to get some nice time here as Albany takes a timeout, down by 16 with 1 minute and 4 left. And they're just trying to figure out how they want to go out and finish this game. So Guilderland up by 16 points. If this continues to go well, they will definitely get another win and improve to 8-3. And Albany would go to a 5-5 record, staying at 500. And so I think definitely the height has been a big key. We're talking about, you know, Kevin Green and Cisco and Marianopoulos, you know, really getting some nice baskets here. Kevin Green with a pretty great night, you know, doing a great job. And so Gillen's been doing a great job all season, and they improve here tonight. And so it is all sophomores and juniors on the court. Moriarty gets it to Boweri, back up to Ryan. Ryan to Fazone. Fazone driving in, gets it to Ryan. Ryan getting it around to Fazone. And he goes down hard, but I can't believe it. He made the shot. That is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at that. He hit the ground hard, still manages to put up the basket. What a great play by Cesar Fazone. And looks like Gotti goes up, and foul on number 21, Quinn Ryan, trying to take the charge, but still picks up the foul. Gotti will be going to the line to shoot 2 with 29.2 seconds left to go. It is his first, team 6th. Gotti goes to the line to shoot 2. And so Gotti makes the shot and gets it to Fazone. Fazone just trying to wind down the clock. The shot clock is out. Quinn Ryan gets it to Fazone, and Fazone almost gets it. Just the ring around and out. And looks like trying to do a little too much on that play. Tries to taps it out, but reaches in a little too far. Picks up his first foul with 14.8 remaining. And so as we saw Caesar, man, he really wants this. I mean, with a minute left, he goes all out. Some really great hustle, but just reached in a little too much on that one. And so Hamadi Gotti makes his first, going for his second foul shot on the 1-and-1. And he sinks it. Looks like they are still down by 13. And it looks like Gillen's just going to wind down the clock. Caesar for zone, bringing it up, trying to get it past Gotti. Gets it around to Boweri. Boweri gets it around to Ryan. And that will end the game. What an impressive show by the Gillen Dutchmen. They win this one 70-57 by 13 points. They improve to 8-3, and Albany goes to 5-5. They have done a really good job, and they're really going great in the future of the season. So that does it here at Gillen High School. I am Jason Sindoni along with the media crew, and we all wish you a good night.